The courtroom was too quiet, the kind of silence that hums in your skull. My mother sat on the witness stand, her hands clasped, her voice trembling, but not from truth, from guilt. She looked at me like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. "Family is family," she said, eyes darting toward my ex-wife sitting behind the prosecutor's table. "He needs to take responsibility for that child. That child. Not my child, not by blood, not by truth." But in her eyes, in her warped, self-righteous world, DNA didn't matter. Family did. When the gavel struck, I didn't feel anger. I felt something colder, clean. The kind of cold that makes you see everything clearly. She used to call me her pride, Mom, the woman who taught me to fight fair, to never lie. The same woman who sat across from me now, betraying every word she'd ever raised me on. And my ex-wife, Emma, she was the perfect storm. Soft smile, sharp mind, and just enough damage to make me believe I could fix her. We married fast, too fast. She said she wanted a family. I thought she meant us, until she didn't. It started with whispers, late-night calls she silenced when I entered the room, receipts that didn't match her stories. I remember one, a hotel bill in a city she never told me she visited. The clerk called her Mrs. Hale, my last name. When I confronted her, she cried so convincingly I almost believed I was crazy. "You don't trust me anymore?" she said. "You're imagining things." I wasn't. The day the child was born, something in my gut twisted. The math didn't work. Still, I signed the papers. I wanted to believe love could rewrite biology. Then came the DNA test. I did it quietly, alone. When the results came back, I didn't shout, didn't cry, just stared at the numbers. 0.0. 0. Emma laughed when I showed her. So what? Family isn't science, it's choice. And when my mother found out, she agreed. She agreed. She stood with Emma, said a man's word meant nothing against a woman's reality. That was the day I realized I wasn't fighting a lie. I was fighting a legacy of them. I didn't rage. I withdrew. I stopped talking, stopped arguing. I let them believe they'd won. But I started documenting everything. Messages, receipts, timelines. I spoke to a private investigator, quietly, methodically. Every secret they thought buried, I dug up. Emma had a lover, my mother's co-worker's son, married, wealthy, and generous. He paid her rent before she met me. He paid for her pregnancy care too. And when I followed the trail further, I found the message chain that changed everything. My mother urging Emma to keep quiet, to make it work, to secure stability for the baby. She'd helped her plan it. My own mother. I waited months, played the obedient son, let the court case proceed, let her testify, let them both have their moment of triumph, because I knew how fast it would turn to ash. Then I released the truth. Every file, every message, every photo. I didn't send it to the tabloids. I sent it to family. My uncles, my cousins, my father, my mother's church group. I didn't add a single word, just the evidence. It spread like rot in sunlight. My father called me that night. His voice was shaking. "Is this true?" "Yes." He went silent for a long time, then whispered, "I'm filing for divorce." Now, months later, my mother calls me every few days. She doesn't cry for forgiveness. She cries because no one else will answer her calls. She says I ruined the family. But she ruined the foundation long before I struck the match. Emma disappeared, moved out of state with her new boyfriend. The child, her child, will grow up in the shadow of her lies. I don't feel victory, just balance. Like a scale that's finally leveled after years of leaning toward deceit. Sometimes I replay the moment in court, her voice breaking, my father's eyes on me, the gavel hitting wood. She thought that sound marked the end of my story. She didn't realize it was the start of hers. When people ask why I exposed her, I tell them the truth. Because blood may bind us, but lies, they rot from the inside. And I refuse to decay just because I was born from her. I didn't destroy my family, I just revealed it. And when the truth finally burned through the lies, I walked away, clean, calm, and free.